This is Fated, Wish Book 8, written by Morgan Rice, read by Caroline. Prologue. Dr. Rita Laxmore. Love is a complex thing. My father used to tell me that nearly all love is puppy love, and then one finds a partner, and that love is a stable, steady force. That was the way it was for my mother and him, the way he wanted me to assume it for myself. But the kind of love I had was different. It was darker, more desperate. I only loved one man in all my 70 years. Antonio. He was a class fellow in college with a bright mind like mine and an unquenched thirst for knowledge. He was handsome too, in that absent-minded way that some people have, where they simply don't realize how desirable they are. Girls fawned after him, but he had eyes only for me. We were always glued to the hip, our minds in sync. We would finish each other's sentences. He would put his head in my lap sometimes and sleep, and when my father shouted in my home, I would escape into Antonio's arms, his words offering me solace. 4 years we spent together, becoming wildlife biologists, our every waking moment spent with each other. The whole college expected us to get married. I expected to be his, but on our graduation night he broke my heart. "I can't stay, Rita. My family needs me." He had stared at me, his gaze unwavering. "I'll come with you." My fingers had dug into his sleeve, convinced we could overcome all odds, but he had simply shaken off my hands. "Our time together ends here. You were a dear friend, Rita, but now we need to part ways." Of course, I didn't know back then that the man I loved and adored was harboring a deadly secret. I do wonder if my life trajectory would have been different if I hadn't turned around in the middle of the graduation party and decided to track him down to fight with him, to demand why he wasted 4 years of my life. Where would I be if I hadn't seen him hunched over the drunk man in the football field, his mouth covered in blood? That was the first time I learned of vampires. It was also the first time that I realized that the way I loved was different. Antonio tried to explain, and I listened patiently, but I knew that he was diseased. I realized there were those in this world that were different from us, but they simply needed to be cured. Antonio couldn't be with me because he wasn't like me, so I spent the next portion of my life looking for a cure. And you, my lovely blood moon hybrid, are the answer to my prayers, I murmur, pressing my hand gently against the thick glass, beyond which a girl with dark hair is floating, her eyes closed. Elise Knight! It took me years to realize that these creatures that are not wholly human have ranks in them, different abilities. But those with mysterious abilities and strength hid themselves well. Elise Knight was one of them, masking herself as a...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?